Alright, what's up guys? Boy, have I had... Hold on, let me see something. And I've had a rough time getting everything set up. I'm going to jump into it. It's kind of late. I want to give you some of my thoughts. I have run a couple of laps uh, at Homestead. I had a few issues here and there. Let's get to it. What's going on here? Alright, first of all, I'm gonna be using a wheel. I was able to use a wheel. The problem is you can't map any of the buttons. You still have to use a mouse. The mouse only lets you click on certain things, but you can't actually, anything that requires an A or B, you can't just click on it with the mouse. You have to use a hand controller. I'm using a PS4, so everything here is, I guess, it's designed for Xbox controller, so it's a pain in the ass to navigate. Even though this is a very basic and simple user interface, it's the way you navigate it, having to use all these controls. It's a big problem. They gotta fix that. It would be nice, right? I'm on PC. If you're on PC and you're using a wheel, let us use the mouse. Should be able to easily go, click on stuff, unclick, and also give us the ability to map certain controls. We cannot control a lot of the things in race. The only thing the wheel and pedals control is the car, gas, brake, shifting, and steering. So that's, the only control you're going to have using a wheel and pedal set. But at least I can use that and not a hand controller. I haven't run on hand controller since the old NASCAR Thunder days. So, anyhow, we got that. Hold on, I gotta use the hand controller. So now I'm using my PS4 controller. So, as you can see here, my steering wheel, a Fanatec Podium wheelbase, DD1. I'm gonna back out of that. The difficulty, custom, champion. You know what? I'm going to put it on extreme. I just want to see what happens. I've seen a lot of footage, and champion just seems to be a bit on the easy side. I also think it's a little bit on a track-by-track basis. I've only done a few laps. I did a few laps at Homestead. I did a couple at Kansas, and there does seem to be a difference. I think it's going to be, how hard it is. It depends on the track, and the AI is very unpredictable. There are moments where they seem to be going at a decent speed, then they'll check up once in a while. I think tire wear does seem to affect them more than it affects you. I mean, you do feel tire wear, but it seems to affect them more. It should be even across the board. So let's go to extreme, see what happens. If I end up getting stomped, so be it. I really just want to see what happens. Driving line off. Everything is off. Except, of course, everybody knows by now, steering assistance cannot be taken off. That's something they definitely need to get rid of. Especially for people on hand controllers, it is definitely a problem. I haven't felt that much of a problem because I'm on a wheel, but there is definitely an issue. Okay? General. Okay, I got everything set. So let's go. I haven't messed with any other part of the game. Customization, online, career. I'm only interested in the gameplay mechanics. At the moment, we are way, we're a long ways away from actually caring about all the other stuff. The basics of the game have to work. Alright, so I only got it on race session. I did put it at 25%. I want to see what happens. Let's see. 40. It's nice that you can change this. I appreciate that. So, leave it on overcast. I like overcast. I'm going to leave that alone. I really don't think this does anything, although it does seem to be designed for something. Maybe the intent was to make it where the temperature actually affects the handling and the race, but I really doubt that works. I'm just going to leave it alone. I got the damage model on realistic, on, and we're going to start in the back. We're going to go to Miami. Let's, can I change the scheme? Yes. Okay, good. Let's go. So, I really haven't done much more than, a handful of laps. Hopefully this comes through nice and clear, and, with my history, there's going to be some kind of issue with the volume. Hopefully not. So, we're going to skip this. I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of the presentation, and I don't want to spoil it, but go to datapad. I'm just going to show you guys real quick. When you go to here to setup, right, I'll put it all the way to loose, but I'm hitting the buttons, nothing. It won't save. So when I back out, if you go back in, check it again, it's just back on stable. It's not letting you do anything different. Yeah, so that sucks. That's got to be fixed, because it always feels tight. The car always seems to feel tight. Gonna look at the crew chief. We're gonna go, okay, on the track. Now this is something that definitely has to be fixed. I do not like how car just on the track. And here I gotta switch it to the in-car. And then suddenly, boom, you could feel a jolt in the steering wheel. And sometimes the car starts in third gear, sometimes in fourth. It started in fourth here, so it's really tight. I'm gonna try to just be strictly constructive. I'm not, I've said everything I needed to say about this game, and I want to try to help. One thing I'll say right off the bat, and I don't know if anyone else has actually driven on a good wheel. There is a pretty decent level of force feedback. I'm not going to tell you it's the greatest. Right here, if you go over that, you could feel the rumble. There's a slight rumble in the wheels. I have driven right over the grass. You could feel a sketchiness in the wheel, and you can feel the tightness of the car. I would say that, surprisingly, it's not bad. At least with the very limited exposure I've had. Now, I have it on extreme. You can see the field is blowing me away. I wish I had the looser setup where I could probably drive the car a little bit more and it would turn. If you try to stay on the gas too much, it'll go into the wall. So, a very slight, positive so far. It doesn't feel bad in the wheel. There is some texture in the road. It's very, minimal, but this is a smooth track. I'm also very used to the motion sim that I use on iRacing. It's very weird to sit in this rig and not have motion. The only feedback I'm getting is from the wheel itself, so maybe that's one of the reasons I'm noticing it. But extreme, at least for me, does seem tough. I wish I was closer to the pack where I could actually talk about the AI, but they're gone. Maybe I should have stuck with Champion. I'll stick this out a while longer. I want to see what happens, but trying to stay on the gas a little longer. In 1 and 2, it's a much more wider turn. 3 and 4, there is right here, right in the middle of the turn, out in the exit of 4, there is a slight tightness, and it reminds me of, the track is accurate, because on iRacing, that's where it gets, there's this sudden tight spot, and if you try to drive through there too aggressively, you will drive right up into the wall. You do have to kind of sort of wait right around here. So I really don't have any complaints so far. Just driving the car, it feels okay. Until I'm actually around other cars, it's going to be tough to judge. It's been a long time since I've been on NASCAR Heat. The last time I played NASCAR Heat 5 was July of last year. So it's been over a year. Once I stopped playing NASCAR Heat 5, I never picked it up again, and then I started racing on iRacing, and I never went back. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be like, yeah, I told you, you'll never care again. Nothing could be further from the truth. The honest truth is, there's something that iRacing just cannot deliver, right? iRacing does what it does. It does what it's meant to do, and it's just about the on-track racing. Video games are important. They deliver something quite different. I miss having a career mode. I miss having that feeling of like you're actually building something, like everything you do actually matters. So this is not about comparing the two things. I'm just saying that I still want a good console game. So yeah, it feels decent. I really can't complain about the car. And as you could, I don't know if you could tell, I gotta play with the throttle a little bit because the car is so tight. And I wish I could have used a looser setup to see what would happen. I can't see how anybody could even compete with a stable setup on the extreme setting. And if I can't get closer to that pack to really see what the deal is, it's going to be tough because I'm just doing laps right now. But again, all I can talk about is what I'm feeling, and this isn't bad. And there is a change, and it's subtle, but you can feel tire wear. It's still early, right? It's lap 12, but something I've noticed watching other people, and they've commented on it as well, is that it just feels like tire wear is definitely it does exist, but it seems to affect the AI more than it does you. So let's see what happens if we go far enough into a run. It's tight. I just can't stay on the throttle like I want to. But the steering is very smooth. I had to back up there a bit. And that just kills the lap. This game does need setups. And like I said, right now, just all we have is that stable setup. And then I almost forgot, you still have that steering assist. It doesn't, I gotta be honest, I can't tell that much. But like I said, I'm on a wheel. And I think it affects people more on hand controls. because they do complain a lot, and you could tell the car just. And if I let go of the wheel, yeah, it will drift towards the wall. So it's there. It's just, it's not as bad as on a hand controller. I'm just happy that I can actually race with the wheel. I don't know if I was gonna be able to do much on a hand controller. Yeah, that extreme is a challenge. But one thing I've seen, at least those guys in the back. Whoa, I really overdrove that corner. Yeah, this thing is tight, man. But you could see they're not, yeah, they're just now starting to spread a little bit. The little bit that I've done before trying to record this, I can tell you guys, I'm seeing a lot of the same issues with the AI that we saw early in the Heat series and throughout Eutechnics, where the cars would take a long time to spread out, and when they finally did, there was always these little clumps and packs of cars that it would just never separate. I remember, and those of you who've been with me for a while, you'll remember how many times I complained about that, and it was just something that was bad. And I see it a lot here. I've seen it in other people's videos. The cars will go, they'll go 3 or 4 wide, but they'll just stay clumped up in a pack. I wish I could talk more about what you're seeing now on the screen, but all I can talk about is how the car feels, and it's honestly okay. But I want to know what it feels like when I'm in fighting for position with the AI. I should have left it on champion, to be honest. I think I made a mistake. I was curious to see what would happen on extreme, and just only being able to use the stable setup is a problem. It's just too tight for this track. Maybe on a different track it would perform better in extreme against the AI, but there's too much off throttle here, because if not, you will go up into the wall. So, but it's pretty smooth. I wonder if, as tire wear comes in, will I feel any loss of traction in the wheel? That kind of sensation. I really hate that you guys got to sit through this and not actually see me in action making passes, because you're not getting a lot of information here. But like I said, the car feels fine. It seems to respond, and I kind of like the feedback I'm getting in the wheel. Again, this is a smooth track. It's not the type of place that's going to give you a ton of feedback. So far, there's some subtle tire wear, but I'm not catching the field. And I hate this, because I should have picked champion. I seen guys on a hand controller, even with all the struggling, make up a lot of spots on champion. So I came in thinking it's gonna be too easy. It's just gonna, I don't want people to just see that and be bored. And now you're bored because I'm getting curb stomped here. You see, that's that spot, right from the center to the exit, that it gets extra tight, and that I can tell you firsthand is accurate. I got really no complaints so far with the way the cars at least mechanically performing, or the racetrack. I may have to, man. Yeah, see, it's getting tighter there. Oh, we went this far. Let's just ride this out and see what happens. But I'm trying to take this a little more serious, because I do see a lot of people, like, you know, driving against traffic, doing all kinds of wacky stuff, you know. I kind of want to treat this a little more seriously and see what's up. Yeah, from the center out, it has that characteristic. Anybody that has raced at Homestead on iRacing, they'll tell you that, yes, that is a pretty big characteristic of this track. That, you know, from the center out in the middle of 3 and 4, there is this tightness, and you sort of have to drive accordingly. Like right here it'll enter, but then right around here it gets tight. So if you just give it just a little too much gas, or you will wash up near the wall. Yeah, this setup is just too tight for this track, at least in the extreme setting. And well, I apologize, man. I was not expecting this. I was really judging from what I've seen online with people with hand controllers, and on Champion, I've seen people make their way through the field without issue. I mean, I'm trying, but I can't really give it as much gas as I want. It's too tight. But I will say that it's very stable on a wheel. And I would have loved to know what it's like with the loose setting. It's a shame that it's not working. I wish there was some telemetry. There's no way there's nothing to tell you that you're low on fuel or anything. I suppose the spotter's supposed to tell you when to pit, but yeah, you got to do something, man. And something else that I really hate, there's no mirrors. Like, there's mirrors here, but they're pretty useless. Like, you need to have a virtual mirror right in the center of the screen at the top, where you can see everything. Right there, I felt some vibration on that, right where that white line is. But there is detail in this game. It's just, unfortunately, it's buried under a ton of issues. If these guys just had the time necessary to really work through all this, I honestly believe there's a lot of potential here. But, you know, potential isn't what people pay $60 for, and I really hope they're trying everything they can to fix a lot of this stuff. It's gonna take an all hands on deck approach. Yeah, alright, you know what? I'm gonna back out. This is just pretty much, yeah, right now in the wheel you could feel the grass, the sketchiness of it. What am I doing? Alright, hold on, bear with me. Escape, quit to main menu. Alright, so you guys got to see the car do some clean laps. I'm sorry. I didn't think Extreme would be like that. I suppose that's good, but it's not good if you're stuck with a stable setup. So, let's go back down to Champion. Okay. Now let's go. Same thing this time. Hopefully we could get some.
Alex Hayden here to bring you all the action for today's race at Homestead Miami Speedway. This track has gone through different changes over the years. Originally started.
The first time I ran a couple laps, there was a ton of issues. I don't know what happened. Like after I rebooted it, it looks a lot better. But everything I saw in my mirror in the cockpit, like when the cars did get behind me, they just look really jacked up. So I haven't seen that. And I saw a lot of issues with pop-in, shadow textures. Here we go. Yeah, it's starting. Let me focus here. So now it's on champion. And it's in fourth gear already. So
got one left.
yeah, I hate how this game starts these races. Like, just drops you off past the start finish line and then you take over. It's just, I don't like that at all. Even in practice or qualifying, it's like you should drive off the pits. Alright, so for those of you who haven't zoomed away or fallen asleep, we should do better here. This is champion, and yeah, and I got the hang of the track a little bit better. I think I could squeeze out a little more performance. Now the AI looks pretty okay here, but it's only lap 2, and the thing is, these cars really do need to spread out a lot quicker and break up those little clumps. I'm trying to stay somewhat in the throttle. I mean, maybe I'm just too I am sort of a careful driver. Like, you guys, if you've seen me in the past, even in the heat games, I'm not one of these guys that likes to ram his way through the field and just punt the AI. Like, I try to treat it as realistic as I can and not like drive like a video game. And I think that, you know, that's why I'm not as successful as others. But you can see here there's 3 wide up there. Yeah, I felt a little more sketchiness in the steering right there. I was on the gas a little bit more. I've stayed in it a bit more. I gotta be honest. I like the steering wheel, the steering, and I'm only judging it off this track. It doesn't feel bad. I like the force feedback. I'm not an expert. I'm sure someone else may, you know, look at it and say, yeah, it doesn't feel good. But I guess when you're looking for at all the finer details, maybe it's something I'm noticing a bit more than maybe someone else. But I'm pretty happy with at least the feel of the wheel so far. It is a bit discouraging because I'm on a wheel and I'm actually enjoying some of the steering and stuff like that, and I see people that are struggling with a hand controller, but they're making more passes than I am, so I don't know. I was able to stay on it there. That's that turn 3 and 4. But as the tire wear kicks in, yeah, you got to back up a lot more. And right there, every time I hit that white line, I feel it right down to the steering wheel. A little rumble. I like that. There's some detail there. And I'm happy with the sound. Like, there's a lot of good detail in the sound. It's just that spotter, man. That needs a ton of work. And now you're going to start to see some of the issues. Like, they should be spread out a bit by now. And you could see... Whoa. Oh, man. This fucking hand controller just fell on the floor.
Clear, clear.
Alright, I gotta... Hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta pick up this controller.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's weird. I'm driving with the hand controller on my lap. Alright, so now I'm gonna resume. Let me hold on to the wheel. So, as I was saying, yeah, the field should spread out, man. They're all in a clump. It looks like pack racing. And that's a problem. And it's not even just like a conga line with two cars. It's almost like a fucking wall of cars. How are they doing that at these speeds? Look, they're all linked. It's just that doesn't look right. It's of everything I've seen in the game, right? And I'm not talking about bugs and glitches, but the AI needs so much work. So I do back off a bit more than I've seen a lot of guys, and they'll ram into behind the AI. I don't want to do that. If I can help it, I also want to try to avoid getting in a wreck because I actually tapped the brake there. Yeah, I don't want to make too much contact with anybody because from everything I've seen, the caution system is broken.
Car right.
And
car right. Clear, clear.
Right there. Oh, he's making a little contact. I had to really let off. I don't want to get hooked, and once that happens, the race is over. There's no cautions, and he did have realistic damage. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I do want to kind of complete this. But all things considered, I am still in the back. But this is what I hate about this clumped up AI. There's nowhere to go. And you're kind of forced to start sticking the car in and ramming a few of them out of the way. You don't have a choice because this is not realistic. How to break these cars up. This is lap 13 and it's like
clear, clear, clear.
I'm at Talladega. As I said, the sound design is really nice. There's a lot of detail.
Clear all around.
The spotter's not bad when you're racing around one or two cars. This is where it gets bad. If I stick my car in this pack, you watch, he's gonna have a Tourette syndrome attack. See 3 wide the whole way almost. That's not good. I don't mind a 3 wide like in most, little spurts, little moments throughout the race. But we're in lap 14, man. These cars should be spread out. Way off the throttle. See, those are the spots right there where I see people with hand controllers. They're just like, they'll keep going. Because that's the only way you're going to pass. Look at this. We're going to be 4 wide.
Stay left, 3 wide. You got 2 up. Clear, 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 clear.
Here we go, Tourette's. I got to get more aggressive.
2 on the outside. You're 3 wide. You got 2 up.
I'm trying to race clean and realistic, but they're not racing realistic. Why should I?
2 on the outside.
I gotta let off early.
You got 2 up top. 3 wide.
Speed check up. Okay. Oh, no.
Don't
Don't hook me, man. I really don't want to get wrecked, because once you get wrecked, the race is over. Here he goes. Tourette syndrome. Somebody's gonna do a remix of this. They just gotta get the right. Oh, this is. Oh!
That's it. We're disqualified.
Fuck you!
That's it. We're disqualified. Pack it up.
Oh. I got hooked. Because Tourette's fucked in. He was no help. Alright, you replay. Oh, no, wait.
I think we're done here. Motors killed.
Alright. What? Oh, yeah, this is something that happens a lot. Now, what the hell? How do I do this? Alright. I don't know what I'm doing. No? Okay, hold on. That's how the spotter feels all the time when he's got Tourette's. Alright, how do I'm really bad at this, guys. Hold on. No.
We just blew a tire. Let's get it back to pit road.
What? I don't know how to do this, guys. I'm using a PS4 controller, so how the fuck? What the hell is RB? No. Okay, so it's not that. Oh, okay. Am I gonna have to do this the whole way? Alright. Right. Watch. Hold on. How do I fucking change? What am I doing? Alright. No, I don't want that hood. Okay, wait. Chase. More cockpit. Come on. I don't know how to use this, guys. I just want to show you guys. Oh my god, I suck at this. Oh my god.
We just blew a tire. Let's get it back to pit road.
Fuck you. Can I go backwards? Alright. What? Where the hell are we? How can I gyro, aerial, rear, side? Oh, cockpit. Alright. How did I do it? Alright. Watch. I want you guys to see something. Okay. It's getting to that spot. Can I put it in? Okay. Are we getting to that spot soon? Watch. When there's contact, watch how much this camera shakes in the cockpit. I do not like that. They need to stop that. Get rid of that. You watch. I don't know if it happens here. Okay.
Alright, looks like we got a tire down here. Take it easy. Alright, looks like we got a tire down here. Take it easy.
Watch the camera shake. No,
I think we got a tire
it
down.
didn't happen there.
Easy
It
back to
happened
pit
during
road.
the
Don't tear
thing.
it up.
No, it didn't show it in the replay, but in the race, I'm sure some of you guys remember, but
I think we got a tire down. Easy back to pit road. Don't tear it up.
sure some of you guys caught it, but the camera shake inside the cockpit. Every time there's contact, I hate it. Get rid of it. Oh boy, look, it's kind of late. I just wanted to upload you guys. How do I get out of here? Yeah, I just wanted to upload something for you guys. I know I promised you guys I would do that. I'm sure you didn't really get anything new. After watching all the footage we've seen lately, uh, did you learn anything new? I hope that at least with the steering, the car, honestly, when you're racing, when you're in the car, it's not that bad. The steering wheel, I think, the feedback is probably one of the nicer things I could so far pick out. Obviously, the game looks great, and everybody's tired of hearing it, so I'm not going to say it again. The sound is actually really good, but there are glitches everywhere. So there are bugs and glitches, even with the sound. The spotter needs really a lot of work, uh, just like most everything in the game. But for a moment there, it wasn't bad. And man, if you could break that AI up, they need to break up. They need to spread out. This like blob of cars that stay clumped together at high speeds and just they block the whole track. They force you into spots you don't want to be in because that's the only way to get by. And then you make contact with these guys and they hook you because you have no mirror. The spotter's useless. At least give us a virtual mirror. Every camera view should have a virtual mirror that you can toggle on or off if you want. The lack of mirrors is not good. I can't go over all the issues right now. This is just my first official gameplay. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought. I look forward to your comments. Later.